Well, hello everyone. Glad to have you join me again. This is Anita White with Love Your Art, and we are excited once more because we have a fine opportunity today to do another swipe. Yes, I had leftover paint from the previous swipe, which I used with Australian Floetrol as cell activators for the previous swipe, and I had paint left over for the pouring medium colors that I used, and so I decided I would try to use the American Floetrol today. So we're going to be using a 14 by 14 canvas. We begin by making sure it's taped off the back. We have our leveler to be sure that it's perfectly leveled, and it is. And so I'm going to double my gloves for this swipe because we'll be using house paint, and we will also tilt as we use the house paint to form our design. So what we have here is I'll go through the colors with you really quick, and we'll talk about what tools we're going to use to swipe with and so forth. What we have in terms of paint for the base is Glidden, the Glidden Essential House Paint, and it is mixed with Golden GAC 800, not 8100, but 800, and it is used to put inside the paint to prevent cracking. So what we have again is Glidden Essential House Paint, and it's about 4 cups of Glidden house paint to 1/4 cup of the Golden GAC 800. And that's mixed in here for our base. So that's what we'll be using. Then we have Golden Colors. This is the permanent dark violet, and that permanent dark violet, we just have a little bit left. We're going to be using that as one of our layer colors that we're going to layer on top of the house paint. You can see that's a little bit loose. And we also have the Golden, this is the, what is just this one's, get these mixed up. Oh, the Quinacridone. This is that beautiful color. You can see it's really like a bougainvillea pink. Really pretty. And next we have the Phthalo Blue by Golden. And it too is a nice, beautiful blue color. We want to get paints that are pretty consistent with one another in order for the design to really work well with each other. This is Golden, and it's also Teal. And again, pretty much the same consistency. So those will be our 4 colors. And we actually have 3 cell activators to use today. We're going to begin with Carbon Black by Golden, and this is again mixed with the American Floetrol, and that's the Carbon Black. This is the Amsterdam Titanium White, and it's mixed with American Floetrol as well. And you can see that it's just like kind of like yogurt pudding. And we have Amsterdam Permanent Red Violet, really pretty color, more of a rich wine burgundy color. And it's also mixed with the American Floetrol. So those are going to be our Cell Activators. I'm going to be using the metal spatula here to swipe with. I got this from Dollar Tree. And if I have areas that are small enough, I'm going to be using the silicone swipe sticks that I have here as well. So one of the things we want to do first, let's take and spray. We're doing it level 1 canvas, and just to help keep some of the form, I do this if I remember to spray it, and then I take and just kind of wipe away the water. We have a little gnat in here. Anyway, put that back down, and of course we want to make sure it's still level, and it is. So I will list all of the paint colors that we use in our design today in our description below. So let's go ahead and pour down our base paint, which is the Glidden Essential House Paint with the GAC, Golden GAC 800. And we're just going to try to use really all of this up because I don't have enough left in this one container just to do another painting with. So it won't hurt to use it all. And being that we are going to be tilting this, we want to have excess paint anyway. Okay, so with our base down, and then, you know, we're experimenting, so it's important to not have the most expensive canvas when you're just having fun experimenting. And this is a level 1 canvas, 14 by 14. And let's go ahead and see if we're going to get the same results or similar results that we had when we used the American Floetrol. Our colors today, we'll try to use as much of this as we can too. Let's see, one of the things I think I may do just to make sure we are about even, let's bring some of this paint and level it down a little bit. Okay, there, we have more of an even amount of paint on each end. Let's see if we can take and spread as much of this as we possibly can. I want to get rid of it. In fact, I hope I can have enough to get rid of all the colors in this particular painting, so we don't have anything left over. Ooh, big blob there. There was a lot of interest in the previous swipe that we did using these colors, and I was just amazed at the level of interest as well as the outcome, because I hadn't planned on using those colors in a way that they turned out, and it was just great to see it happen. It was just very surprising, but at the same time very exciting. And so we'll use the next color and see if we can get it all down as well, using as much as we can to get rid of this so I don't have to worry about storing any leftover paint. Yeah, and it looks like a lot, but we have a lot of swiping to do too, so we'll see what happens. every little section that we can covered, since we have enough paint to do so. Okay, that takes care of color number 2, and now we're into color number 3. And these colors, I don't know if I mentioned it, but this particular pouring medium, I got the recipe from Kathy, who is with Waterfall Acrylics, and she does just tremendous work. This is her recipe, which is the Sherwin Williams HGTV house paint mixed with Minwax, Polycyrlic, and then you add your colors to it to get the consistency or the richness of the color that you want. So that's what this is. And like I mentioned earlier, all of the paints used in this design, to include the pouring medium, to include the cell activator, will be listed in our description box below. And hopefully it'll help you to know what we've used and to know how you might be able to apply these if you're interested in doing your own. As with any paints, some of them, no matter if they're made with by the same company, they may have a little bit more thickness to them, or they may be a lot easier to color or take to the pouring medium or whatever paint you're using. So we do have a lot down, I do admit that, but as I stated, I didn't want to have to store it, so we'll see what happens. This again is just fun, as we always have on our channel here. So we have our 4 colors down. That was the teal, and we're going to take and pop just a few of the bubbles. There's quite a few bubbles in here. Hopefully they will disappear as we tilt, but I do have some long toothpicks, which I am taking the liberty of just trying to pop some of these bubbles, because there are quite a few. Paint had been sitting for a day or 2, and stirring it up, I think, has stirred up some more bubbles. So let's make sure we do what we can to help our design be as beautiful as possible by giving it a little pop. Okay? And because it's house paint, we don't want to put too much heat on it, because it will start to dry and stick. That's why we're not torching it too much. So here we go. We have our cell activator. That's black that I'm tipping over here. And I'm going to try it using the metal spatula or scraper. Again, we had beautiful cells with the Australian, and I know the Australian Floetrol does work really well. But we're going to give the American Floetrol an opportunity to come to the table. So here we go. Let's try going here. Applying a little pressure as we swipe and off. And we have to wipe as we go, so we don't get, we have a clean or fairly clean starting point each time. This does get messy. It does require a little bit of patience in terms of getting this process done. Don't rush yourself when you're swiping. Just take your time and concentrate on trying to apply even pressure as you apply your cell activator. That was the black. We will try the white and see how it does. Again, we want to try all 3 colors and give them each an opportunity to activate, to show themselves up. Okay, so here we go. White on this side, applying even pressure as much as you can. That black is really working it. I can see the cells here really forming nicely, and I'm pleased to say there's a billion of them. And we have some forming right here on the white. So it looks like our Cell Activator Floetrol, American Floetrol, is starting to announce itself. Okay, we are going to put in the next color, which is Amsterdam Permanent Red Violet. And here we go with that on this end. Awesome. Beautiful. So, looks like we've got cells coming through very nicely on all 3 cell activators. It doesn't really matter, I guess, what color you use as far as your cell activator, as long as you are consistent with your measurements. And I believe I put, I can't remember if this is 4-to-1 or 2-to-1, I can't remember, but it's going to be in the description below. So we're going to do some more swipes on the ends here, and I think I'm going to apply just a mixture of colors. So we have black here, and we have the white here, so I'll put another black here and see if I can match that up. Okay. And I'll do another, well, let's see, maybe we'll do another black, but not next to that one. We'll put it on the outside over here. Okay. Coming along. And you've got some more space on the same side. So we want to bring in this nice permanent red violet right on the side here. Okay. That's looking really good. Okay. And I want to get this section here, so I think what I'll do is put some white on that area. Kind of like, you know, the more you swipe and cover up the paint, the base paint, the better you have a chance for your design to be beautiful. Okay, pulling that together. And we're going to try this section here as well. And I believe I want to try the red permanent violet just in that area. Okay. That's looking quite special. So, what we're going to do now is reverse. Flip it all the way around and get ready to apply our cell activator to this side. We got quite a bit of paint down, so we should be pretty good with getting our cell activator to respond or activate the paint that's on the canvas. House paint gets a little bit challenging when it's on a metal piece in terms of keeping it clean. You have to really work at that. And so that's what I'm doing here. Clean that up. Get a clean, smooth side. And we're going to begin again with black. Okay, and that's going to be here. Line it all on one side, pretty much as even as we can. And we'll start again in the middle. Oh, good. And then we'll go with white again. We have plenty of this cell activator, so there will be some paint left over, but we can always use cell activator. Okay. All right, and we're going to swipe right here. Don't know if I applied enough pressure, but we'll see. Well, there's some cells coming up. They're coming at the bottom especially. And now we have our red violet that we're going to use to help out. Yeah, and if you're looking to have a mess, believe me, this is messy when you're doing a swipe. So wear gloves and have a clean surface that you can mess up and clean up easily. Okay, we have a burgundy, or I should say a red violet swipe. Again, the paint seems to be doing a really good job coming together. And we have, just for the fun of it, since we have quite a bit of space here, I have some cardboard that's been pre-cut. I keep these pre-cut pieces, like this is from cereal box. And the purpose of doing that is to have something always ready. And for those of you who might be interested in using, you know, just some cardboard or packaging material, paper packaging material that's stiff enough, I'm going to use this to show you that it works and that you can do that. If you don't have a metal spatula like I was just using, or you don't have these little silicone tools that I actually use for resining, but you can use things like this. And we're going to try it with the paper. Okay, got a good swipe on that one. And we'll try that corner over there. Because it is relatively small, yeah, we can use the same piece but opposite end. And I'm going to put the red on this side. Won't need to go all the way across because it's not wide enough to cover. So here we go. All right. That is the final swipe, I believe, for today. Our next undertaking, which is the fun part, is to grab this canvas now and give it a chance to experience movement. And we gotta grab it from below. I try to grab hold of the pens below. And we're gonna tilt. So you can see it out, see how it looks now? Really, really pretty, lots of cells that are developing. See what we can keep and what we have to let go. Okay, in this corner, we're going to move very slowly over and over all the way to the end. There we have it. And back to the middle. Watching those cells really take form. And to keep with our movement, we're coming to the lower right corner, facing me. And there's a little bit of a challenge here because some of this paint, I don't want to stretch too much. Let's see if we have some help here. Some of this paint on the edge here is missing. So we want to give it some help to just push it all over the edge without losing a lot of our actual, we don't want to lose a lot of cells. And we'll do that on the end of this edge too. Making the best use of all the extra paint. And this is going to help us get the paint off the color, off the edge corners a lot easier without, and hopefully without losing as much of the beautiful cells that we want to retain. So let's lift again and make efforts to try to hold on to these pens underneath and pull to the right over this edge. Come on, you can do it. Yep. And all the way over that edge. Yep. And back to the middle. Bringing it to our center. Trying our best to keep the cell formation as intact as possible. Okay. And we're going to go, I think we'll try this corner over here, upper right. Again, trying to get it over that edge and back. We almost did it. We didn't quite get it. Back to the center. Wow, look at those tremendous cells. Amazing. Truly amazing. Okay, and our last corner is over to my left. Down here, we're going to bring it and tilt it. Come on, move. We want you to have some of that black if we can keep it. We like to keep some of it. All right. You're not going to let us keep much, but there we go. Awesome. And again, we're bringing this back to the middle, and we may go down a little further just so that we can get those cells back without stretching too much over here. We have some paint on this side. Yeah, we can get that in. And we got it all on that side, all in front. It's coming over. And we want to see if we can straighten up some of those lines that are curving. And bring it back to the center. And see if we can bring it down this way. All right. And back this way. Getting a lot of big cells in there, so. Okay, and I believe we will pull it back a little bit toward me. Just a little bit. Some of these cells have stretched really over the top. bring it back to the middle. All right, here we have it. Now that's an absolutely beautiful design. Lots of, I should say it's got lots of personality. It's truly a conversation piece where we have cells that are coming, and I'm still tilting, as you can see. Just trying to find some nice place to rest. Okay, that's amazing. It's got vibrant, beautiful colors. A lot of the cell activity is truly diverse. It's large and small, teeny tiny, humongous. You got it all right in this design. And the colors, like I said, are quite vibrant. I'm going to remove my first set of gloves here, or second set, however you want to look at it, top layer of gloves, and try to give you a chance to look closely at what we have done by bringing the camera down. Here we have it, up close and personal. Our 14 by 14 canvas is speaking for itself now. You can see all of the beautiful colors and the formation of the cells have just clustered all over this piece. And we've stretched it probably a little bit more than we normally would, but you can see we still have a nice formation of cells throughout the entire piece. Very vibrant colors, a nice combination of colors. It's amazing what you get when you are trying to put pretty colors together. They really do stand out and speak for themselves. So, like I said, this is a 14 by 14 canvas, and it has American Floetrol as the cell activator. For those of you who have difficulty or you never tried the Australian Floetrol, it's hard to get, it's expensive. This definitely will serve as an alternative for that, should you want to try the American Floetrol. Like I said, the recipe will be listed in the description box below. This is fun. Look at those cells. Those are really pretty. They are very diverse. And like I said, this piece is speaking for itself. Okay. There you have it. We want to, so if you haven't done so, please take time to subscribe to my channel. We love to have you. We welcome all newcomers. We are also interested in your feedback, so if you have any comments that you'd like to make concerning this particular piece of art, or any of the art or suggestions that you'd like to see for future art pieces, color formations and combinations, or particular techniques. This is a swipe. Like I said, it's using house paint and the Golden GAC 800 to help keep the paint from cracking. So that mixture is our base, and then we have the Sherwin Williams house paint and Minwax Polycyrlic paint to mix for the pouring medium, where we add our colors to it. And then we have the American Floetrol that we used with the various colors of that I talked about earlier to assist in the cell activation for a cell activator. So I encourage you to like, subscribe, share this video. If you're interested in this particular piece, just email me at anitawhite.loveyourart@gmail.com. Or if you have any other interest in terms of the art on this channel that you see, you may be interested in a piece, or there may be something that you were interested in is no longer there. We certainly would welcome your interest in purchasing a commission piece. We'd be happy to do that for you. So with that, I'm going to clean up this mess. As you can see, it's a messy process. It's fun. It's enjoyable. You love the outcome. And so I encourage you to try it. But until next time, keep loving your art. Thanks for joining me. Have a nice day.